So today we're working on order of operations. Order of operations is a pretty straightforward topic. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just write it out for you. You should have your pencil out and your notebook to take some notes because this is a new topic for most of you. Order of operations is basically the order of how you solve things. So when you are given expressions that have multiple steps, like let's say we have something like 2 times 5 plus 4. This has multiple things that you need to do. Order of operations is the thing that tells you what you need to do first. And we're going to go ahead and memorize what order it is by writing out this. PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Now, PEMDAS you can remember with a acronym. You can say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's the one that I grew up learning. The one I taught last year was please eat mom, dad, and sister. Or please eat my dog and sister. However it helps you remember those 6 letters, that's the acronym you want to work with. P stands for parentheses. E is exponents. M is multiplication. D is division. A is addition. And S is going to be subtraction. Now, there's something tricky about these rules that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But basically, when we look at PEMDAS, we organize it from left to right. And you can see that I put a little slash right here for the multiplication and division and the addition and subtraction. So the first thing we look for is parentheses. We look at our equation and we say, is there a parentheses in my equation? There isn't, so we move on. Then we look at the next step. Are there exponents in my equation? There is not, so we move on. Then we go to this step right here where it says m/d. This means multiplication or division. So we're moving from left to right looking for multiplication or division. So starting from the left, did we hit a multiplication part? Yes, we did. So that means we're going to solve that multiplication part. So now we have 10 plus 4. Do it again. Is there any more multiplication or division? There is not. So we can move on to the next step, which is going to be addition or subtraction. Do we see an addition or subtraction step that's still in here? There is. And that's going to be 10 plus 4, which is going to be 14. Let's try maybe a few more and then we'll move on to questions. Sorry, this takes a while to erase. What about something like this? 2 times 10 minus 3 plus 8 times 4. Starting from the left, we're going to go ahead and look and think to ourselves, what is the first step that we're looking at? It's going to be parentheses. Are there any parentheses in our equation? There is not. So we're done with the parentheses step. Are there any exponents? There are not. So we're done with the exponent step. Now we're at multiplication or division, so we're going to move from left to right. Is there a multiplication sentence that we hit right away? There is. It's going to be 2 times 10, so we have now 20 there. And we copy down the rest of that equation that we haven't used yet. Start all the way from the left again. Is there multiplication or division happening? 20 minus 3 plus 8 times 4. There is multiplication, so we solve that. We have 32. So now we have 20 minus 3 plus 32. Is there any more multiplication or division? There is not. So we move on to the next step, which is going to be addition or subtraction. Do we hit an addition or subtraction part here? We do. We hit a subtraction part first. So we do the subtraction. It becomes 17 plus 32. And then we do it again. Is there an addition or subtraction? There's an addition. So we solve that. That's going to give us 49. There's got to be an easier way to erase all of this. This is going to move pretty quickly. Let's do one last question. We have 4 times 3 minus 2 plus 8 divided by 2. Let's start from the beginning again. This time we're looking at parentheses again. Are there parentheses in our equation? There is. That means you have to solve what's inside the parentheses first. So when we're looking at this parentheses, we have to think to ourselves, well, are there parentheses inside this part? Is there a parenthesis inside 4 times 3 minus 2? There isn't. So we move on. Are there exponents here? There isn't. Is there multiplication or division? There is. So we solve that. This is going to be 12. And then we go to the next step because I know it's going to be 12 minus 2, and that's going to be 10. We move on and copy down the rest of the question that we haven't used yet. So what we've done is we evaluated 4 times 3 minus 2, and we saw that became a 10. So now we're back outside. We finished the parenthesis step. Now we look for exponents. There are no exponents. Now we look for multiplication or division. Is there a multiplication or division? There is, and it's going to be 10 plus 4, because 8 divided by 2 makes 4. There's no more division or multiplication, so now we go to the last step, addition and subtraction, and that's going to be 10 plus 4, which is 14.